So, link building using HARO. Um, in theory, this is an easy method of earning really great links from media outlets. But in reality, it's a little bit more difficult. I'll talk to you here about how HARO works and how we can use it for link building. So, HARO connects journalists with sources that have expertise. Um, Journalists are looking for opinions from experts. They want to include that to enrich their content, um, rather than just having their own opinions within content. They can have that backed up by real experts in their niche. So they look to crowdsource this content. And in reality, here's how it actually looks from our perspective of the people pitching. So on a daily basis, HARO sends out, I think, 3 emails a day actually. They have their journalist requests categorized. So you've got biotech and healthcare, business and finance, education. There's a whole bunch of categories, general, which a lot of lifestyle queries would come under there. And it's our job to try and decipher, okay, well, which queries can we reasonably answer? So, if we were a personal finance website or blogger and we had a lot of expertise in personal finance, we might be answering questions, around, okay, what is an unsecured personal loan? Should you pay down debt or invest? These are queries from Fortune, which is actually a really high authority publication. So if we were able to land those, that would be fantastic. Here's some other ones here from Fortune Builders around, investment. Yeah, if you invest in questions here's one here on pay transparency laws. So you can imagine if we were a lawyer, that would be the perfect one for us. If we were a specialized lawyer, that is would be the perfect query for us to reply to. Um, so the system is pretty straightforward. You see the details of the query, the journalist, they're asking for their requirements. So specifically here, this person wants an economic expert who can comment on the economic effects of pay transparency laws. So it is quite, they're looking in that case for a very specific type of person. That's not something you can really fabricate unless you have a persona that you can use backed up by like a real LinkedIn profile. It's not going to work. And the way HARO works is that the journalist will actually see the email account that you're pitching from. So, if you're pitching from um, mediaagency.com, it's going to be pretty transparent. Okay, that you're not actually an economic expert. You're just trying to get a mention from this person. So that's how it works. The journalists look for real people, social profiles, trust. So it can be difficult. From the journalist perspective, why are they using this platform? Well, they can just get crowdsourced opinion from experts to make their content look better. So we actually tested this out on Linkbuilder.io, and we pretty much went to HARO and we asked for people's opinions on link building. We actually got like over 100 responses. So people actually give us some really detailed, interesting replies on how to build links, their favorite strategies for building links as well. So we pretty much wrote this entire piece just through crowdsourced content on HARO. So you can start to understand, okay, what is the attraction here for the journalist? I mean, they get a lot of content created for them. That's the attraction. A lot of different opinions and expert opinions. So that's why. So that's how it works in a nutshell. We've used this for a lot of clients. So here's just a few example links that we built in the past. We've landed links from Shopify, MSN, Yahoo, Desktime, LegalZoom. You can get some great links through HARO. It's just quite time consuming and you need to have the right persona. But this is certainly like great for foundational links. I should mention that all of the links you build through HARO are homepage only links because the journalist will be mentioning your brand, and they'll link back to your homepage. They won't link ever to like an internal page. There are a couple of alternatives to HARO. The biggest ones on the market are Qwoted. I believe this was founded by someone who actually who founded HARO, and I think they moved over and created a new platform. Actually, has a much better design. It's got a much better layout. I'm not quite sure if as many media outlets use it, but certainly it's going to be a lot less saturated than HARO because HARO is pretty saturated at this stage. There's a lot of low quality stuff on there. A lot of people who kind of play the numbers game on HARO, so it's worth exploring Quoted. Another one is Terkel. Again, like here's how it looks on the dashboard. They don't have as many requests as Quoted and HARO do, but still certainly worth investigating and exploring. So that's how HARO works in a nutshell. It's pretty straightforward to sign up and get going with these platforms. So yeah, I'd pretty much advise any internal marketing teams or anyone who wants to independently do link building just to try it out for yourself. If you're getting the foundations for a good HARO campaign are to set yourself up so you look like an authentic person. Because all of these people that are asking for opinions, they're all real journalists. They want to know, like, they're going to be Googling your name, they're going to be checking to see that you are actually the expert that you're claiming to be. So creating that foundation, creating like a real persona is paramount here. So if you know if you're working in terms of like a bigger company, you're going to want to ask your CEO, your boss, like someone that's got like maybe a public facing image, if they can be kind of the face of this thing, because they're probably going to get a lot more success than like a marketing a marketing assistant, for example, or just like a fake name that's set up. So yeah, that's kind of how HARO works in a nutshell.